Okay guys, what's up? So, I've written an article about cryptocurrency and gaming. I've left the link below to that, so give that a little read after the video. I also did a video about the exact same topic the other day, so check that out. I think it's quite, seems to have been received quite positively. People are excited about gaming and cryptocurrency. So yeah, look, I was looking at the market capital of all the cryptocurrencies, all combined, and it's $100 billion now. And yeah, that's pretty impressive. I mean, I think it reached 90 billion just before just before the correction, and then it went back down to like 60, and then it now is back up past that. And when I looked at it, of course it goes up and down, it dwindles, but it was at above $100 billion. And remember, cryptocurrency, blockchain, isn't even mainstream yet, guys. This stuff, I mean, alright, yeah, there's always risk, there's always the potential of a crash, there's always the potential of a correction, or all of it going to dust. There's always that chance of it happening. There's no guarantees. But if this carries on, I mean, this isn't even, I mean, no one knows about this. And you've got Bitcoin trying to reach $3,000, and hardly anyone uses Bitcoin in the grand scheme of things, let alone the altcoins. Most people don't even know this is happening. It's quite incredible to be watching this go on. It's very, it's going to be very interesting to see how we look back on this in 20 years' time. It's going to be very, very interesting. I mean, how our children will look at this. Very interesting. I think, I mean, look how we look back at the dot-com bubble. I was looking at the dot-com bubble timeline just before I left, and all these companies that just popped up and were actually doing extremely well, very successful companies, you know, like eBay, Amazon, Google, Yahoo, AOL, Cisco. Because I don't know if there's any similarities with the dot-com bubble and blockchain, like if you've got both the graphs. I don't know if blockchain is still relatively too young to kind of make that kind of estimate with. Well, as it keeps going on, I think we're going to see a big correction. But it goes to show that a lot of the popular altcoins that we see now are probably going to turn to dust at some point in the future. And then in 20 years, we're going to look back and kind of be like, wow, yeah, I remember that. I remember that blockchain startup. I remember that coin. That earned me so much in so much time. And we're going to look back and just laugh because it's kind of historic what's happening right now. Because for the majority, because blockchain technology, you know, since Bitcoin, it's been about 8 years. It's not even 10 years yet. So, and for most of those sort of 8-9 years, I think it's 8 years. Most of those years, it's been mainly Bitcoin. There hasn't really been any competitors. It's only recently till now, like up till now, we've seen other blockchains or other blockchain-based startups or coins start to take a relevant position in the blockchain ecosystem. So it's only now that we're starting to see things starting to flourish. And it may be too early to kind of compare blockchain to the dot-com bubble. It may not be. I think I'll do a sort of comparison video, like a presentation, like I've done before with Bitcoin and gold and Bitcoin bubble formula, where sort of comparing the dot-com bubble behavior to like blockchain, perhaps. If there is any similarities, I'll try and find them. I think that'll be an interesting video. It'll be very interesting. I'm just kind of thinking, I'm just throwing this out there, but I'm thinking, yeah, like how are we going to look back on this, and who are going to be the survivors in this? It's going to be very interesting to watch. I think that I think there's going to be this blockchain ecosystem. You know, the market capital is going to surge more. At some point down the line, there will be a correction. There will be some type of big, like, bloodbath. definitely. And then but then it could be another, but then it could give it another rise. It could be where it goes up, down, up, down, up, down, like sort of a crocodile teeth, as some people use that term. But overall, the trend is upwards. So it's going to be very interesting to see. This isn't mainstream yet. It's nowhere near mainstream. Blockchain technology at the moment, with what we've got, cannot be mainstream. It just isn't capable of it yet. Even Ethereum is now struggling with volume. People moan about Bitcoin being congested. Bitcoin is the only cryptocurrency, the only blockchain that's even close to mainstream usage. So Bitcoin is basically all these barriers that Bitcoin is hitting now, nearly every other cryptocurrency is going to experience in the future as it grows. Bitcoin is just hitting the barriers first because it's the first one. It's got the network effect. It's the oldest. It's the most tested. So Bitcoin is getting this. Is hitting it first. And now Ethereum is starting to see that it's not all plain sailing. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. It's going to be very interesting to see who survives, and I'm very intrigued. I'm very curious to see what the future generations are going to say about this, like blockchain, how it started, this whole huge increase in market capital. Will it be looked at as a bubble, or will it be looked at as genuinely like how the birth of the internet was looked at, or the birth of the commercialized internet? The internet itself is fucking old. It's not new technology. Don't be deceived. ARPANET came out in 1969, in the 70s or the 80s, I think. The internet itself is way older than that. Way older. The internet, the concept of communicating wirelessly, way older than before the 70s. Easily. I spoke about this before. You could go look it up. What's your thoughts on it? If you've got any information about the .com bubble, any sort of graphs, email it to me at yesformotivation@gmail.com. Then I can kind of go with that and use that for my research. I'm going to try and do a presentation. So it will be very interesting to see. Let me know what you think.